one thing I know about Pats fans is they can all suck dicks.
I mean, we don't have to because typically we win, so we're looking at you guys below us, which you end up having to blow us. So, I mean,
man.
It's all good. Hi, little buddy. So, we're going to try something new this week, and this is, what do we want to call it? Fairweather Fantasy, Tackle Talk. Shit, we got Randy Hook in here. We could talk fishing. But, I mean, it's really not fishing time, is it?
Nah, I mean, depending on where you are, it's probably some pretty good fishing going on.
There's some good fishing, but... Actually, what's really going on is week 1 of football is among us. And it's over Wednesday, right? So week 1 will be done Wednesday.
Well, yeah, I mean, technically, no, there's not a game Wednesday.
No, the waiver wire is on Wednesday.
No. Oh, yeah. Tuesday is like waiver wire day. This is where you choose. This is where you pick up all your picks and anything you're trading, any free agency. And then the waiver wire goes through on Wednesday. And then, boom, you're starting Thursday.
And that's what I'm talking about. So we had a pretty crazy week. Some people you really didn't expect to knock it out of the park is not the right word to be using here. But, man, they crushed it this week. We had some big plays, and then we had some duds, man. We had some people that I had high hopes. I had a lot of high hopes. Yeah. So I don't know. How'd you do this week?
I'm in 3 leagues, which I fucked up, and I shouldn't have done that again this year, but I did anyway. I won in 1 league, lost in 2 leagues by a slim margin. But in 1 league, who I started Sammy Watkins just because I've always liked that guy. And I came out with the highest scoring team in the league, which this league's pretty cool. Shout out my buddy Isaac. He set the league up to where everyone pays $5 a week, and half the pot goes to the highest winner or the highest score of the week, and the other half the pot goes to the winner of the slimmest margin, like whoever won by the slimmest margin. So
that would have been me this week, because I lost by the slimmest margin, so I would have got nothing.
Yeah.
Being a Patriots fan, I'm just gonna roll myself right under the bus, right to get going. I mean,
good.
Obviously, I'm a Patriots fan, and I had Tom Brady on my team.
Dom Grady.
What'd you think I did with him?
Who's your other quarterback? And then I'll answer that question.
Well, I also have Baker Mayfield.
Oh, you're stupid.
So
you started Baker Mayfield?
How many other people out there are feeling as stupid as this Patriots fan right here that watched, 1, his fantasy team lose week 1, and 2, I easily could have won it had I just put my quarterback from the team that I root for every single year.
Oh, man.
I learned a hard lesson right off, and this is my first year playing fantasy, so a lot of the shit I say is probably going to be totally incorrect until it's correct, and then you guys will have to go back and, scour through the report.
You took a sophomore quarterback over a seasoned veteran who's, how old's Tom Brady now? 42 years old?
Is it 42?
I think he's 42. Yeah.
He's a stud, dude. I've never seen him look that good to start a season, I don't think.
Well, I mean, I can see why you went with Baker Mayfield. There was such high hopes. They did good last year. He turned the Browns around for the first time in forever. And he's got Jarvis Landry, OBJ over there. Just those two alone is going to be a huge plus for anybody. But Baker Mayfield took a fucking flop this week, huh?
Yeah, that was tough, and I think that a lot of it looked like he was really trying to force a lot of stuff, and it's hard to say when you're sitting behind that screen watching it, but it looked like he was forcing a lot of passes to Odell, and it wasn't working. It looked late, and you could see the frustration in a young player like that come out, and then they start moving and grooving when they shouldn't, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So that one kind of stung, man. I mean, and I went into Monday night being up 10 points against a guy that had who did he have? Oh yeah, he had Hopkins. He had Hopkins from the Texans, and unfortunately for me, I had Fuller from the Texans, and I had a 10-point lead. So that was hard for me to watch because Hopkins didn't miss a whole lot. I mean, dude, he looked like a WWF wrestler last night the way he body slammed that guy. So I lost by like 8 points because he lit it up.
Let's see. How many points did Baker put up for you?
Baker put around, I think it was 12 points up for me.
Wow.
It wasn't much. So
that's terrible.
Was difficult. But let's talk about some of the good quarterbacks for the week. I know we already talked about Brady, but how about Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, 5 touchdowns, 300-something yards? Let me see.
He's like 17 for 20.
17 for 20, 324 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's not bad for a running back.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Isn't that what he said after?
Yeah,
Not bad for a running
I
back?
think that's what he said.
Man. Do you think anybody had him sitting on the bench?
I don't know. I guarantee
I know somebody
if
that
you're a
did,
Baltimore
so.
fan, you probably didn't. But it also depends on who else you have on your bench. I mean, if you had Baker Mayfield, then you definitely sat his ass and you put Lamar Jackson in, or I would have anyway.
Yeah, you never know, man.
I'm gonna go with the the Cam Newton, Michael Vick type guy over the guy that just got OBJ on his team and bought a new necklace and thinks he's really cool because his head got blown up last year.
Bro, OBJ was out there in a rich and Millie. It's a
his watch?
$350,000 watch.
I think
bro.
you're over exaggerating, dude. I think they're like 200,000.
No, that's
Let's
a
not get out of control.
$300. That's a $350,000 watch.
Yeah.
I'll show you after we're done, just so.
I read an article that said 190,000, but all right.
All right, bro. No matter what, he's running around with a watch that's more expensive than my house almost on his wrist on a low end. If it's on the high end, it's a nice
He wants
house.
to play with it. He's like, I shower with it. I fucking wear it everywhere. It doesn't come off during practice.
I mean,
it's
shouldn't
not
you,
coming
though?
off in the game.
Shouldn't you? If you're gonna spend $350,000 on a watch,
guess.
you're gonna bury me in that.
Hey, you know
fucking
what
thing.
though? You got a fucking job to do. So take your fucking watch off and do your job. That's what I think.
He wants to be on time for all the plays. He wants to. He doesn't want to miss a route, bro.
No,
he wants
doesn't.
to be on time.
He wants to fucking get pictures taken of him. That's it.
Bro, it's about the social media with these guys. They don't
I
give
know,
a fuck.
dude.
They're gonna make more money off social media than they're gonna make off their contracts when this is.
I'm
all
gonna
said
talk
and
shit
done.
about all these guys just because they're younger than me. Fuck them.
Well, let's continue with another young quarterback that had quite a game. And before we move from Lamar Jackson, how do you think he does this week against Arizona?
Man, the Arizona defense did not look good this week. There was a lot of missed opportunities. I mean, Terrell Suggs and Chandler Jones had, I think, combined for like 3 sacks or so. I don't know, man. I think Lamar Jackson will probably tear us up. But the thing with Week 1 football is you never know. I mean, you don't know if the Patriots look amazing. Yes. Are they going to stay amazing the whole season? We don't know. What if the Steelers are just dog shit this year? We don't know.
I mean, I don't play a lot of fans. This is my first year, like I said, but I do watch Patriot football every single year. And again, and I'm not saying injuries can't happen. So let's take that out of the play because I don't even want to sit here and say that and then have some backfire injury kick me in my face. Healthy Patriots, let's not even question that. I'm not saying give him the ring now, but I'll size up some fingers that haven't been measured yet. Let's put it that way.
I agree.
I'll
I'm
call
just saying,
AB right now and just figure out what his ring size is.
I'm just saying
just
for the sake of arguments, like in football Week 1, you never know. So you're asking about what do I think Lamar Jackson will do against the Arizona Cardinals? I think he's gonna fucking rip us up. I said us because I'm a Cardinals fan.
So everybody out there, if you made the mistake last week, which I'm sure you're not gonna make the mistake this week, make sure he's in. And here's another one, Dak Prescott. I mean, 25 for 32, 405 passing yards, 4 touchdowns.
4 tutties.
Guy's an animal. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I think that money he was asking for, everyone was talking shit. And
he went out.
Week 1, he's proven it. He's like,
went
I
out,
want that
showed
paycheck.
out. Yeah.
He showed out, man. That's
Bro,
for
Jerry
sure.
Jones didn't even let the ball touch the ground after, and he was like, it's imminent that this man's going to get his money.
Yeah.
Of course, Jerry. Of course, Mr. Jerry. We know you're going to pay all the...
You're going to pay him and Zeke?
Yeah, well, he's going to because, I mean, the Patriots just did a flex on him. They said, here, we're just going to toss some money at AB real quick because we don't give a shit. We won so many Super Bowls that they got money to spend.
Bill Belichick's comparing AB to Randy Moss right now, too.
I think that they should probably have a conversation together, AB and Randy Moss. I mean, you got a guy that maybe acted out a little bit while he was there, did what he did, but hindsight's 2020 looking back on it now.
Everyone straightens up when they get on the Patriots. And if they don't, they're gone next year.
The way I explained it earlier is, look, he's got 3 things to win here. He already got his money. So the point of catching all the balls and doing all the things that he does, that's done. That doesn't matter. He got the paycheck. They paid him.
Right.
He doesn't have the ring. He needs the ring.
Well, they gave him $15 million for 1 year?
Yeah.
That's peanuts, bro. Come on.
But that's still a lot of money for 1 year.
No, it doesn't matter. If you win a Super Bowl, it was all worth it.
Well, and all right, look at it again.
What was it supposed to be, though? It was supposed to be $30 million. He's getting half the money
but that's
now.
for 3 years.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a 1 year deal. He made out like a bandit on this deal. And here's the big thing. He's not going to have to overwork. He's going to get to save his body. He doesn't need to prove anything. He got the paycheck, bro. You've proven what you need to prove. So now your next step is, and we are all seeing it just unfold in front of us right now, is he's going towards social media. This isn't about football anymore. So if you're going to be a social media star, the one thing I'm learning over time is, yes, being the villain gets attention, but you have no longevity in it. You're not going to be able to be the villain for a long time. So right now he has villain painted on his face. Where's the best place to go rebrand? Get a Super Bowl. Be the good guy. Do the right thing. Do your job. And now in 2 years, 3 years, when he retires with all that money, he's going to get to be a social media superstar. He's going to have all the New England Patriots fans following him, which is a huge crowd. This is an intelligent move for him. And if anybody thinks that
Fairweather crowds.
Fuck you. If anybody thinks that this is not a strategic move by him on
it's
a
a very
back
strategic
end,
move.
on a back end, not on a front end deal.
You're talking about the best receiver in the NFL for the past 5+ years, 5 to 7 years. He's been the best receiver in the NFL, and he just went to a dynasty of a team that's been the best team for the past 12 to 15 years.
Let's not overlook how well the Raiders looked last night, though. I mean, I'm not. Week 1.
Derek Carr on target. I mean, he's a great passer. If he's got time, he's fantastic.
So it wasn't even like the team was a complete disaster, is my point. He had an okay team to work with. So that's telling me that this is not about the moment. It's not about right now. It's about the future. And the future for him is when he retires from this league, he wants to continue to make that kind of money.
Did you see him rip Dak Prescott up in the it was on like a game show, and they had some targets set up and they had to like pass and hit him, and Dak Prescott fucking missed everything, and Derek Carr hit every single one of the targets.
He lit it up, dude. He lit Prescott up.
Yeah, no, I think the Raiders can do well.
It's Prescott, right?
You're saying Prescott because we're in Arizona.
Y'all burned that into my brain.
Say Prescott.
If you ever come here and you go north and you go to what you're going to want to say is Prescott, it is not Prescott. You better say it correctly or they'll press your face into the tar in 150 degrees. So, yeah, there was Dak had a good game, though.
Yeah, of course he did. Who's up after Dak? We got Matt Stafford as far as yards goes. Yeah, he put up 3 tutties, 385 yards, 27 for 45 isn't great, but that's also his stats. His stats are a little bit fluffed too from having that overtime against the Cardinals. So without that overtime, I don't think he puts up obviously the same amount of yardage, and I don't know about the attempts either because he was gunning for the end zone a lot there.
I mean, yeah, he definitely missed some passes, but at the same time, you know, that's a tough call.
Arizona defense played like shit for half the game.
First half, and then the second half they really came alive. And you call him Kyler, we can call him Tyler because couldn't finish. Old Ty. Oh, come on, bud, finish the game.
Old Tyler Draw Murray.
Didn't they have it? Didn't they drop it? Drop the pass?
I don't know.
Pretty sure they could have won that. So.
Yeah, we should have lost from the start, but then with that big comeback, we definitely should have pulled a win out of it. But
it was a big comeback. It wasn't as big as the Saints game.
I think that was the largest comeback by a rookie, like in his first season, or maybe it was just the first game.
Is he gonna make it, bud?
I think
he doesn't look like he could see over the line.
I think so. He's 5'10", dude. He's not that short.
He looked pretty short.
He is pretty short. I mean, for a professional athlete or NFL player, but I think he's gonna do just fine. Dude's got a cannon. I mean, dude, like what? Joe Flacco? I don't think he's over. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11". Drew Brees, like these guys aren't
bigger than that.
These guys aren't huge.
Flacco's bigger than that.
Fucking Floppo last night, huh?
Yeah, dude, and that guy used to have the most powerful arm in the league.
Dude,
he used to be able to throw it damn near the length of the field. And I don't know what he looks like. He
throw
doesn't
pigskin over the mountains.
Dude, he looks like he is so miserable. Like he does not want to play football, dude.
I bet he is.
That guy, I mean, man, he looks pissed off.
Did you watch the Skins and the Eagles game at all?
Did not watch that game. So
they got
so that's, let's see.
You got Alex Alex Smith is still out from that knee injury. So they got Case Keenum, who two years ago had a fantastic season with the Vikings. Last year, where was he at? Denver. Did not have a good season. Another guy that's like 5'10" and his hands are a little too small to hold the ball, but
he's got little hands. Still just the little ones.
But I mean, he actually put up some good numbers. He put up 30 for 44.
Probably would have put 40 for 44 if Case didn't have those little hands.
Those little hands.
You know, if he had Trump's hands, he probably would have gone 50 for 50. So yeah, no, Case Keenum had a good game. Same thing with Winston. Didn't do so well though. what was he, 8 for 39?
Jamie's Loston.
How is that possible? How do you go 8 for 39 with 313 passing yards?
I don't fucking know. What? Who Jameson or no? Who?
Well, don't play him next week is what I'm telling you. Don't play him. Pick somebody else. I don't think we need to go too far. Phillip Rivers had a pretty good game. He threw an interception though.
You know what? Phillip Rivers for like the past decade has always done great in fantasy. Even if the Chargers don't win, he always puts up points. He's always putting up tutties. Like he always does well for me all the time. I used him a couple different years.
He just can't finish. When it comes down to it, you can blame it on the team, but boy, he's been the only thing that's consistently stayed on the team, and he just doesn't finish.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a problem, I think, when you're trying to win a Super Bowl. I think you got to finish.
And if I remember correctly, I think he was the first round pick, and Drew Brees was a second round or like a later round pick for the Chargers. And that the following year, they had to decide who they were going to keep, and obviously they kept Phillip Rivers, and Drew Brees has a ring now. So see how well that worked out.
How'd you do on the running back front?
I'd have Dalvin Cook in one of my leagues, so that served me pretty well. Other than that, I got Alvin Kamara. I'm in 3 leagues, so I got Alvin Kamara in one. I got Dalvin Cook in one. I got Todd Gurley in one, which I'm not gonna sit him, even though he didn't get the goal line touches that I needed him to get. He didn't put up that many points for me, but you can never count Todd Gurley out. Like he can rip off a 60-yard touchdown. You know, he gets through that line and gets some green in front of him. He's gone.
Can we talk about who really stole the show though?
For the Rams?
No, in the running back field. Should we say it? Should we take a second to talk about the only thing that happened good for the Panthers?
Oh, for Christian McCaffrey?
Holy shit. Y'all need to pay that man some money.
Yeah. Did you see, didn't he like knock somebody out, like hurdling?
Dude, first of all, that guy
crazy.
has all the muscles. So he didn't even,
I mean, to be a successful white running back in the NFL,
exactly.
you got to have all the muscles.
But they send him home at the end of the day at the gym like, all right, bro, you got them all. Get the hell out. It's like Pokemon, bro. He got all the muscles.
We're going to need Wada in here and test this guy.
It didn't matter if it was short or long, bro. He was going. I mean, he steamed through everybody. I'm pretty sure he was number 1 of the week for points for anybody.
Yeah, I think for points you're right.
I feel super bad if you were stupid and left him on your bench.
Actually, I did Marlon Mack. I know Marlon Mack outran him. I don't know what he did for points.
I don't think he got as many touchdowns.
He had 1 touchdown. McCaffrey had 2, but Marlon Mack had 50 more yards than him almost.
Yeah, but you're going to get more points off that touchdown.
You get 2 more points, yeah. Basically.
So, let's see. There's a couple people, and here's one that I wanted to ask you about because I'm curious, man. I mean, what are you doing with Sony Michel?
Man, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one.
I mean,
he's not on my team, so I'm not doing anything with him.
I played a guy that had him, and I almost won because he really just didn't have a good game. But it's not that he had a bad game. They just had so many people to go through that it wasn't like he couldn't get the job done. They didn't need him to get the job done. And talking to my brother-in-law, you know, he made a pretty good point that they were proving a point to the Steelers. So next week, you're going to have Miami, and if they do what we expect them to do, and again, Miami always throws us a curveball, but if they do what we expect them to do to Miami, like what happened to Miami on Sunday, you're going to see a lot more running because they're not going to throw the ball through the whole second half of the game if they blow them out. You're going to see a lot of running, and I think Sony Michel's going to get, Burkhead's going to get his.
Yeah, I mean,
he
always
scores.
does.
Again, another little white dude that just gets into all the pockets. It's like a pit pocket over there, bro. He's in all the pockets. So
yeah, he only had like 8 rushes, I think, didn't he?
But he just is consistent.
Yeah.
You're gonna get. And
he's 4 to 5 yards every.
Another old New England guy that I slept on this week, kind of skipping around a little bit over to wide receiver, but I slept on Amendola. I almost pulled the trigger on him twice, and I didn't, and I regretted it.
Well, yeah, and that was partially because that Arizona defense just was not holding it together.
But now,
what about their fucking tight end Hawkinson with like 4 receptions for like 110 yards and a fucking touchdown? Ridiculous. He burnt us on 2 plays.
Yeah, and was it the Baltimore tight end? I'm trying to pick him up right now because he had a hell of a game.
Waiver wire.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a wild week. So
I just picked up, I'm waiting on the waiver wire to go through, but Deshaun Jackson, because he's sitting in the fucking free agency, because a lot of people were like, this dude's like fucking 33 years old or whatever he is, but those speedsters, the speedsters have never failed us. John Brown had a great game. Who else? Ted Ginn Jr. That dude's same thing. He's fast and he's old, and he had a great game.
Well, that's what's winning it right now is the speed. It's not the power, because these guys you're not catching them. You can't catch them.
Right.
They're all too fast, and every one of them that are doing these big plays like that are just speed.
Well, and if you're
demons.
undersized, and especially if you're older with that speed still, I think it's just catches everyone off guard. Every year, Ted Ginn Jr. Where's he gonna go? He's probably not. He's gonna get benched this year. He's gonna get let go this year. He's on the fucking the Saints, and he's just had a fucking great game, hooking up. Him and fucking Drew Brees got like, their combined age of like 70.
Yeah, but see, Drew makes those 5'5" passes look a lot better than your boy does over here. So he better do some tape review.
Hey, he's been in the league a lot longer, all right.
But that's the other thing. You watch Drew; he's not running. He's not running around. He's staying planted, and
he doesn't fucking have to.
But that's my point. Your young guy doesn't have to do that shit either.
Bullshit. You see the fucking pocket collapse on him? He's got to run. That shit
it's like a wave folding over in the ocean.
And did you see the fucking Cowboys? I was just talking to Randy about this. You see the Cowboys' offensive line? Fucking ridiculous. They're so good. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, being a Cardinals fan especially, we haven't had an offensive line in years. And it's like, that is the one thing that could really fucking change the Cardinals. But, I can sit here and fucking talk about
that's why
what I would like.
That's why when Brady goes like this, it makes a lot of noise. It's not just because he's a great quarterback, bro. That line has protected him with people.
And Bill Belichick.
And that's the other thing. Decisions. That was the other thing I was telling Randy earlier is like, AB can't come here with an attitude. Not just because it's the Patriots. It's, bro, we do it with baggers at a checkout line. Like, we don't need you.
Yeah, no,
he
can come with an attitude. He can't have a bad attitude, because then he's not going to last very long.
Yeah, and I think him and Brady having a good relationship is going to be fine. I think this is the only place he's going to go that is going to. You want to keep getting the money, bro. And like I said, he don't want the money from the league. It's what's going to come after the league.
Yeah, no, and he wants that ring. That's what everybody wants, that fucking ring.
They say they don't. But they're lying.
Hey, you know what? Give it up for the greatest, most respected receiver in the history of the NFL, Larry Fitzgerald. That dude's never going to get a ring.
What was
Sticks
he, like,
around
1
forever.
for 13?
Gives his money back. He's still living off of like his fucking rookie contract
Pull
deal.
that
Hasn't
shit
even
up.
touched any money.
What was Fitz? I think he was like 1 for 13, bro.
Let's see. I'm in rushing leaders right now.
It was bad. I don't have it in here, and I didn't write it down.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Eh.
He was 8 receptions.
Okay, all right.
113 yards, 14.1 average, 14.1 yards per catch. So suck a dick, and 1 touchdown. So
I just feel bad for that poor guy.
Go.
I just
Start
feel bad
him.
for him, bro.
You fucking starting or sitting him?
Oh, you got to start him.
Yeah, against
because
Baltimore.
It's his
though,
fucking only target. Who else is he going to throw
Christian
to?
Kirk.
Bro. What happened when it came down to it? What happened when he was scrambling at the end?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Larry's the man. Everyone knows Larry's the man.
His nickname should be the security blanket, because that's what the fucking guy is for that
he
team.
Used to be the six-arm beast.
Every time shit gets bad, they go right to they should be going to Larry the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look, the reason why I wanted to call this Fairweather fantasy football is because I got to root for people like Juju. You know how hard that was for me to sit there and hope that this dude got a touchdown? Let it be a close game, I might have to turn the TV off.
Yeah, the only touchdown he got was when his plane landed.
I was sad, bro. Those guys, I don't know, man. I would be very concerned if I was a Steelers fan right now.
Randy over here. I just was finishing my last sip, and I was about to be like, "Hey, can you grab me one of those?" He just hands me one.
We were gonna have Randy get on this podcast with us today, but we got to get the other mic going good. So
yeah, there were some technical difficulties, and there still might be some technical difficulties.
I think it'll sound fine.
But I sound like a robot.
I have a robot wiener. So let's see here. I think this week you're gonna have. You have Sony Michel?
I do not. I already said that.
Oh,
you asked me what I was going to do with them. I said nothing because I don't have that
him.
motherfucker on my teams. Any of my 3 teams.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you got him on your team and you probably had him on your bench, you better be putting him in this week, especially with Hill's going to be out for a while.
You know who you know who I'm gonna keep starting is Sammy Watkins because I like that motherfucker ever since he came to the league, and Tyreek Hill. I don't know if he's gonna be playing next week, is he? I think Tyreek Hill's out, isn't he? Yeah, he got injured. So that means Sammy Watkins, another speedster that you can't stop. That's exciting. I've always been a
that's
Sammy
what I was
fan.
talking about. Is Sammy I thought you said, who did I say?
Sony Michel.
Oh, that's why I got confused. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm trying to do 5 things at once over here, bro, and you got me drinking a beer, which that's the downfall.
That's what I do best is get people to drink beer, I think.
Yeah. That guy, though, Sammy Watkins, I mean, he did it with Tyreek in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't one of those things where it was because he came out with an injury and all of a sudden Watkins just goes off. Like,
that's funny how when you were talking about Sony Michel, I just said fuck him, but I will keep Sammy Watkins, and you're like, that's what I meant to say.
yeah, that's how I was trying to get there, bro. My brain is bleeding today. So,
He's fast. If he can stay healthy,
Jesus.
you're gonna start him. You're gonna start him all season long. Now with Tyreek gone,
and we don't know how long.
It adds a big issue that you might have, and that's with who's covering Sammy Watkins that week. Are they playing like the same DB sticks on the same receiver, or does he just play one half of the field? That's what you got to look at your defense and what defenders are going to be on him.
Is it an issue? Did they even have him at the end of the year last year when they did their run?
No.
So, I mean, does it matter?
He just replaced Tyreek Hill.
But I'm saying Tyreek Hill last year did he play at the end of the year?
Fuck yeah, he did.
So he played at the end of the year.
He was one of the best fucking receivers in the league. Are you kidding me? I wrote him out last year. I had him on my team, and he was one of the best receivers in the league last year.
Oh, you rode him out. I was like, why would you write him out if he was the best receiver in the league?
I didn't write him out. I rode.
That feels like a bad idea.
Rode the wave of his success and all the fucking points he got me. But
who's your sleeper this week on your team that you're gonna move around?
Sleeper this week on my teams. Well, man, I gotta go. Who are the Rams playing? Do we know? I think I gotta go. I mean, he's not a fucking sleeper. It's Todd Gurley, but I think after this week, people aren't gonna start him, just because he only had like 10 touches. I think he still averaged like 4 yards a carry or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that might be who I go with.
What about the Giants, dude? What are they gonna do?
They're gonna get rid of Eli Manning first of all.
They got to do something.
That limp wrist fuck.
I mean, you got. The Cowboys look good. I'm not trying to say that the Cowboys didn't look good.
I laugh all the time at Eli Manning when he throws his ball and he does his little limp wrist thing
Kobe.
at the end. Oh, it's terrible. And their backup quarterback looks like he could be playing like he could play Eli Manning in a movie about Eli Manning.
Oh yeah, dude, that is so funny.
What is it? He's got like a super white name too, like Chad Daniels or something like that.
It's like the only reason they've kept Eli this long is because they've been 3D printing a new one over in fucking China, and they just got the copy.
Yeah.
It's Rams versus the Saints.
Rams Saints. Ooh, that's gonna be a barn burner. I feel like the Saints need to step up this week. We'll see how that the Rams need to step up this week.
Dude.
See how that Rams defense is. And not only that, but this is a repeat of the game last year, why all the Saints fans were wearing the jerseys from that fucking terrible call that happened at the end of the season, which led the Rams to get to the Super Bowl from the NFC Championship with that.
Which we spanked that monkey
that
like it
call.
Deserved to get spanked. But I'll tell you what, the Saints last night, I didn't think they were going to pull that out. Like, I don't even know what the hell happened. I was sitting there with like...
Well, Drew Brees. Drew Brees happened. Alvin Kamara. Latavius Murray.
Kamara, bro. Holy, talk about wheels. That guy's got some Lamborghinis, bro.
Dude,
he is moving.
I took him.
Got the Chevrolet legs on that guy.
In one of my leagues, I took him first pick. I had the first pick, and I was like, I'm going to take Alvin Kamara just because I got that in my head, and I want to take him. And I wanted him, and I didn't get him in my other 2 leagues that I drafted, before this one. So I was like, I got first pick. I'm taking Alvin Kamara. And I think it's going to pay off. That dude gets a lot of receiving yards, gets a lot of rushing yards. Drew Brees is another one like Tom Brady that just doesn't look like he's getting any older.
No, Brady, dude, they showed the picture of Brady in his first year and the year now, and he doesn't even look like the same human. He looked like this little pudgy-faced, like...
Oh, yeah.
He looked weird.
Behind Drew Bledsoe.
And then all of a sudden, now he's had to have had plastic surgery, bro. He's had to have. There's no way.
No,
Look
you know what?
Pull the pictures up, dude. It's crazy.
All right, there's one of three things. Plastic surgery, I'm just going to write that one off. So get that one out of here. The other one, his beautiful wife is a model, and she knows all the skincare stuff, and he does all the skincare stuff.
I give the skincare, but the facial structure doesn't even look the same.
The other thing is,
I guess mine doesn't
he's super
either,
rich, and he might be one of those adrenochrome vampires out of like Silicon Valley who's, part of these like Epstein fucking children rings. And
I'm trying to get that rich.
They're taking blood out of kids and like injecting him with adrenochrome. And
man, I am trying to get that oil change, bro. I need that oil change. I do. I need to. Let me get the oil change.
Because you are a robot.
Yeah, let me get that 10W30. Run me with the 530 though. I need a little thinner for my blood.
Yeah, depending if you're going up in the winter, like in the cold, go thinner. That's fine.
Man, that's so you got. Yeah, he looked good though. For fucking hey, man, it makes me crazy that. I keep watching the guy, and now he's got more targets than he's ever had. Like, what are you going to do with that?
Man,
what are you going to do with that? I mean, you didn't even see, like, White didn't even get all the touches he typically gets. Like, that's crazy.
We didn't touch on Pat Mahomes and Drew Brees, though, just real quick.
Oh, God.
Pat Mahomes.
Salute.
25 of 33, 378, and 3 touchdowns. Stud game, Pat Mahomes, always. Against Jacksonville, which we don't know a lot about. They had a great defense last year, but we'll see. And isn't Nick Foles out? Isn't he done for the season now? Fuck.
Clavicle, right? Yeah.
Clavicle. Little bitch bone.
Little bitch bone. Till you got to breathe and move or throw.
And then Drew Brees.
Wipe your ass. Anything.
32 of 43, 370, 2 tutties, interception, and a sack.
It's like he's 32, but he's 43.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what another crazy one was? And I got to look this up. What
Go
was
back
it?
to Patrick Mahomes
Randy,
for a second,
Randy
too.
knows because I had him look at it. What was Kirk Cousins? Like, how many attempts was it?
It was 8 passes?
No, 10. It was 10.
10 passes, yeah.
Was he like 10 for 10? Dude, it's something crazy. Dalvin Cook just ran all over.
Oh, who came in for Foles? Is that who you're talking about?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's fucking...
Bro, he lit it up when he first came in. I mean, he didn't do a whole lot during the game.
What's that kid's
but
name? Minshew?
Didn't he like break a record or something
Machu
for
Picchu?
like most, like the best receptions or whatever, or his passing rating when he first came in? What the fuck is his name? God, I gotta do a better job. Remember, everybody, this is our first week doing this. This is sloppy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little sloppy.
Marcus Matoya? No, who was it? But yeah, it's going to be a little sloppy until we get this dialed in. We just decided to slap this together last night. We're going to have another co-host on the next one. Hopefully, Damien, the hip-hop artist that we had in here. Apparently,
Tragedy.
He does more than one thing. This guy's ambidextrous.
Yeah, and we can't be in here talking about sports without, like a black dude maybe, instead of just 2 white guys complaining about their fucking teams.
And especially when
or
I'm a
me
Patriots
complaining about
fan.
my team. And
like, people already don't like me as it is, so we should probably bring...
So Kirk Cousins went 8 out of 10 for 98 yards and a tutty. And they still... I mean, the Vikings looked good. They got a great defense. And Dalvin Cook is unstoppable.
It's going to be an interesting week. I think a lot of people are, like we were talking about earlier, is their minds were blown this week. And I think that happens probably every year. This is my first year playing fantasy, so I'm going to assume that this is not uncommon to have half your dreams shattered in the first week.
Oh, yeah. I remember I took David Johnson last year with, like, my first pick or something, and that, how that turned out.
What did I just say, that Thomas was released?
Demarius Thomas just got released from
Demarius
the
Thomas
Patriots
was released about an hour and a half
to
ago.
the Jets, who they could definitely use him. And the Patriots were like, fuck it. We got AB coming next week. We got fucking Edelman. We got fucking Josh Gordon, who I've always loved Josh Gordon, man. Ever since the year he got drafted, I was like, this kid's a stud.
See, what the NFL needs to do is what the UFC did. Just let weed sponsor you.
Yeah.
Bro, let those guys smoke weed. They'll be fine.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I got a buddy out of Vegas who is he's starting up. I don't want to drop a name or the name of the company or anything yet, but he's dropping like an athletics CBD, which is pretty cool. And he's been involved. He actually has his own his fight podcast. I'll I'll have to go on and check out the name of it and stuff so I could give you guys more information next time. But yeah, he's got his own line of CBD coming out that's like geared towards athletes, super clean, 100%, clean. There's not gonna pop in on any drug test, and man, everyone's loving use it for recovery.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've used some creams and some tinctures and stuff, and it works great. So I believe in it.
Who was the guy last night that got his neck squished?
Ooh, who was that?
Who was that?
That was in the Saints game, right? Or no?
No, it was in the Raiders game.
It was in the Raiders game.
Yeah,
Didn't
bro.
he hit his own player too?
Yeah, it was total accident, and it really didn't look like much from the front. But when they showed you that back view and you saw his neck crunch, it was just like, oh my goodness, dude. Like, luckily he was throwing a sign, thumbs up before he got out of there. But man, some days you look at some of these plays and it's like, is helmets and pads the right answer? Why do rugby players have less, concussions than CTE?
Well, they're also not bombing like 30-yard passes and laying you out right over in front of a DB coming down full speed.
But if you didn't have pads like you do, if they were light pads and you didn't have helmets, are you gonna hit somebody that hard?
Right. I'm not gonna, if I don't have anything on, I'm gonna not fucking bull rush you and hit you with my head.
Is there a certain point that starts to actually make a play? Does somebody have to die on the field before that happens?
Maybe somebody does have to die on the field, but at least last night it wasn't Garyon Conley from the Raiders. That is the cornerback that was carted off the field last night.
How's he doing? Does it say?
I don't know. Third quarter, Monday night's game against the Broncos, accidentally getting hit by a teammate.
It was weird. It was like he wrapped the back
off
of his leg over the top of his head, but it like compacted his neck is what it looked like.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look bad. Like when we first saw it, I was like, bro, he barely hit the top of his helmet. And then they show the back view and you see his whole spine like compress.
Well, Gruden says he's going to be okay, so, he should be fine then, right?
I feel like Gruden probably didn't even talk to him. Gruden's like, yeah.
Oh, no, come on. He likes his players. And then
That's why I like with the AB thing. He's like, yeah, go ahead, put that shit out. It's fine. Go ahead, put the video out. I don't even care. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Well,
dude?
and then do you remember how like they were all for AB? Like, I don't care. We've got him 100%. We're backing him 100%. I feel like there's some league conspiracy going on here. Like
definitely.
AB's like, you know what? If you fuck up, if you make a bunch of noise, and then you get kicked off a team or you leave, or you just say fuck it, take your money back, I'm out. There's like a 70% chance the Patriots are going to call you.
Yeah, but you got to be one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, the fact that the Patriots took him tells me that this was definitely strategic.
I think the Patriots would never take OBJ if that was the case, though.
They wouldn't scoop.
OBJ's a little bitch.
They wouldn't scoop somebody like that though to take a problem unless they knew what they were doing.
Right.
And that's why him talking to social media strategic teams and things like that, like. This is telling me they probably told him exactly what I just told you. If you want this social media thing to continue on after you retire from the league, you have to go from villain to hero. You've got everybody's attention. Now you need to get the comeback story. You need redemption. You need all that. What better way to do it? Go to the most winning team. Get yourself a Super Bowl. Be America's sweetheart. I'm telling you right now, bro. You watch. He's going to have his own YouTube channel. Is going to blow. I think he already has it, but it's going to blow up.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, he's going to go into New England. He's going to film a bunch of shit. They're going to eat it all up. I'm not hating on it at all. If anything, I'll probably watch that shit, share it. But I'm just saying, that's why I don't think he's going to come be a nightmare for that team. And I know I keep going back to the subject, but it's the hottest.
What do you expect
it's one
from
of the hottest topics.
Fairweather Patriot fans over here?
I know. It's like I was born in New Hampshire or something.
Yeah, I know, right? That's like root for the
Could
team
be,
that
it could be worse. Oh, shut up. I had to root for Drew Bledsoe for years. You know how many times he got us close enough just to taste it, just to be like, I'm not good enough to do it.
At least you're old enough to be able to have had that taste of that cold blood.
I did have that taste, bro. You know how many years my Red Sox didn't win? My Celtics didn't win from the year I was born until I graduated high school.
Over the past 15 years, Boston has won fucking everything all the time.
That's because I finally came into my own. I give him that vibe. I give him that energy. I call them all up. I got Bill on speed dial.
Yeah.
Call him right now. We don't even talk. We just stare at each other with ugly look on our face and some sweatshirts.
You just see if you can hear his heartbeat or not.
Yeah, we just put our chest up to the phone. I got the app on my watch where I can hear his heartbeat right now. It's a heartbeat in New England. I'm not even going to be surprised if Gronk sneaks back in before the end of the season.
I don't see that happening.
If it's gonna happen, this is the team that it's gonna happen on because he
Well,
doesn't have
of
to do
course.
shit, and he's gonna get another ring, and they'll probably sign him to a couple. You know what it means? This I'll tell you what. All matters how much he spends this summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much money did Gronk spend this year? That's gonna determine what he does because he's healthy enough.
I don't think so. I don't know. I
Go
don't
ahead,
know
you
about
can say
that.
it.
Well, he has so much money. Actually, states that like hasn't even touched any of the sign-on bonus or nothing.
That's what I would
It's
say
all
too.
off endorsement.
I would say that same thing.
Was he on a Wheaties box?
I'm sure he was. He's won fucking 3 Super
I'm pretty
Bowls.
sure if you're on a Wheaties box, you're not fucking worried about how much money you got.
No, he'll probably come back, man. I'm gonna say it right now.
He
I'm gonna go
might.
out on my limb. I'm gonna go out right now on the ledge and say week 6, you're gonna start hearing the chatter.
Wait, yeah. What week did they have to sign by?
I don't know. If whatever week that
What's
he
the,
have
like,
to,
the
you'll
trade
start
deadline
hearing it
week?
about 2 weeks before, and that's when it's gonna be like he's gonna come on as just a roll, whatever, and then
Oh,
boom,
man.
playoffs gonna come.
I mean, hey,
Go follow him around right now. Find out if
More-
he's training every day. If
more
that
power to
motherfucker's
him.
training every day right now, that'll tell you.
Yeah, more power to him if he can. I have
Stay
I have a
retired.
feeling he's hanging out on a yacht with a bunch of chicks and not really doing
I have
shit.
a
Probably
feeling-
still looking beautiful, but
I have
you
a
know.
feeling he's probably been doing that for the last like 3 or 4 years straight.
off
Like,
seasons
I don't-
every
I don't-
year.
Didn't he do a cruise one year where he like
Mhm.
took his own cruise ship?
Yeah, that's like kind of what I was basing that theory off of.
I like that. I'm trying to be on that cruise.
Yeah, well, fuck.
My first cruise I went on, my only cruise I went on, we went out of the port of Boston, right? It was
Nice.
all people from Boston. And one of the first things they
It's gotta
told
be
me
a
on the
fucking
boat,
annoying cruise.
oh, bro, it was the most fun I had in a long time. We were the Bernie family. Everybody knew us as the Bernie family. We were famous on that boat. It was crazy. But the wildest part is when I was talking to security one night because we kind of got escorted out of an area. They were telling me that when they
Bernie
ship
family.
out of Boston, they double the security on the boat.
Oh no, were they like, we're shipping out of Boston?
Yeah, I'll sing the song for you if you want to hear. No, but they literally have to double their security and like the officers
Yeah.
on the boat when they go only out of Boston. Out of
Yeah,
all
'cause-
the states, all
'cause
50
there's a-
states, Boston's the only one that they have to double security
'cause
when they go on the
there's
water.
a bunch of fucking massholes and piece of shit fucking people on there that are just fucking with everybody.
Here's the best part. Only fight that broke out on the boat were some dudes that were not from Massachusetts. They ended up finding drugs. They got too messed up. They were hit a girl on the dance floor, and
Oh,
3
God.
Boston dudes lit them on fire.
I think the only cruise that I would not want to go on other than that is like if it was a Raiders and 49ers cruise. I'd be like, fuck that, I'm not going because that boat's going to sink.
But think about it if you were a 49ers fan.
No, fuck no. You're going to get shot either way.
I don't know. Well, that's the thing with New England. We all grouped together, man. We were all one big happy family on that boat, and it was seriously the most fun. And being from
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
you don't see
I
a
get
lot
that.
of New England gear. You know what I mean? Like you see it during the
Okay,
season when
all
the
right.
games are
Hey,
on.
I don't know about all that because I've got 2 friends directly that I've known for like 15 years that are not from the East Coast whatsoever. They're both, I'm pretty sure, born and raised in Arizona, and they're New England fans.
No, I get that, but I'm saying now take that from like 10% of the people you know to 90% of the people on the boat were wearing fucking Patriots and Red Sox gear.
Yeah.
I was home, bro. Like I hadn't been home in like 3 years. We went on that boat. And like, yeah, they were definitely playing all those songs. Like we were singing "Sweet Caroline" as we pulled off the dock.
Oh,
like
yeah, I bet.
it was a good time.
I'm sure it was a good time.
It was.
I'm sure.
You'd
But
have been
I'm-
fine if you were with me, brother.
But I'm sure there was just a lot of fucking talking going on that boat. Just a lot of fucking
Most of it
yapping.
was me.
A lot of yapping.
Never shut up the whole time I was on the boat.
Fucking bet. No, none of these fucking Boston people do.
All day, baby.
All right, you're like you guys like Boston Terriers for fucking
Yeah,
days
baby.
on end.
Yeah, we'll
No one
bite
probably
you too.
slept because you guys were all talking about how many championships you guys got and shit.
Oh, dude, I was one of those that I'm always this idiot too. At the end of the night, when everybody goes to bed, and I'm still walking around. You ever walk around a
Oh,
cruise
yeah.
ship at 4
Oh,
o'clock in
yeah.
the morning?
I walked around a cruise ship at probably 3 or 4 in the morning,
Only-
barefoot.
Only the cleaning crew there.
I ended up playing basketball with a couple like they're like short, like I want to say like Filipino dudes that were like they were like cooks and like and just people working on the ship.
Was it one of the basketball courts where it's like netted? Like
Yes,
the whole
and
court's,
because you don't want the ball to go off into the ocean.
the ocean.
and kill a fucking shark or something, when they eat it.
No, the whale eats it, shoots it at its blowhole like 50 feet.
nice. That would be so cool.
If you heard the joke that Bob told from the last podcast, you'll understand why that whale now sticks a maraschino cherry in his blowhole before he eats the basketball. You know, that's
all right. I did listen to it, and hey, by the way, Bob, fuck you, bro.
Look how close his lips are to the
look how close I
microphone.
am to this mic.
Hey, Bob,
you.
let me ask you a quick question because I know you're gonna watch this. How are those Giants? How are they doing, my friend? I was curious how your boy's doing. I mean, I know we already talked about it, but
Yeah, and between
we're
you
talking to you now, my
between
friend.
you and Eli Manning, you guys can both dive into a big bag of dicks too.
I think Bob looks like more healthy than Eli Manning does. Eli Manning looks like
Bob looks like he could be Eli Manning's like uncle.
he probably is. He just doesn't.
And by
know
that
it.
I mean you guys both look like shit.
Yeah, you both look like Nancy's.
Oh man.
The Giants suck, Bob, and they're not even gonna make it to the playoffs. So just Venmo me my $100 or Cash App, whatever you need to do.
Ooh.
Just send that money now.
And who's that? Who is that quarterback? That printout of fucking Eli Manning has got some white ass name like Daniel Chads or Chad Daniels or something.
Eli's 3D printed counterpart.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, I don't know how long we've been going.
Daniel Jones, that's his name. I knew it was some super, just plain middle America white name. Daniel Jones. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else we want to touch on? What about defenses?
So I had the. What did I have? The Ravens.
You know, this was like kind of gonna
Shit,
be
you helped
a
me pick my
football
team. You better
podcast.
remember, bro. You're supposed to remember mine and yours. What are you doing?
You only got one team and you can't remember your fucking defense?
Yeah, I got the Vikings.
Do you? Okay. That's
No,
a great defense to
I
have.
had the Falcons.
They
I'm just
lost to the
fucking-
Vikings.
I'm totally fucking with you.
They lost to the
I don't have
Vikings.
either one of those teams. I'm just being
Oh.
a dick.
Yeah, I got KC in one. I got the Saints in another one. I got Houston in one. So, I mean,
remember,
those
like,
are the three I started this
Take
week
Baltimore?
anyway.
I think I took Baltimore.
That's a good defense to have.
I did take Baltimore because I was pretty pissed. Actually, the guy that I was playing had the Jets. So for the first half, like, the Jets were
Their
doing
defense is pretty good.
Yeah, they were handling business. I was looking at he had like 20 points on defense. And I was like, "What the fuck, dude?
Okay,
How
so
am I gonna
this
beat
is your
this
first
dude?"
year. This is your first year doing fantasy, but your defense always ends up they
It
end up
drops
losing
as it
points
goes.
throughout the game. Typically,
Bro, he
unless they're
only
like getting a lot of interceptions and shit. Which
he only
if
dropped
you're playing
a little
against
bit.
Baker Mayfield, your defense probably got some good points.
Yeah.
Would he
Poor
throw
Baker,
3
bro.
interceptions?
You think he bounces back from this?
Yeah.
I don't think he's out, dude.
No,
I don't
no,
think
no,
he's down
no,
and
no,
out.
no,
But I'm
no,
still benching
absolutely
his
not.
ass this week and putting Brady in.
Is up.
Yeah, the only way from that flop is to go up.
Baker, that was Randy Hook. That wasn't me, man. Baker, that was him.
Yeah, hit you with that left hook in the
Yeah,
liver.
he
right
hit you
there.
with the
Better
hook.
Watch out.
The fish hook.
So
this
this podcast was supposed to. Well, I mean, it was still a football podcast, which I thought that was the direction it would go. Didn't stick to fantasy necessarily. We kind of jumped around. So
it will get better.
Per the ADHD Productions over here, this is what happens.
It will get better. I promise. This week I was a little amped up to do this. I was excited to do it. So, what I will say to anybody that is watching this, and I know we say this all the time at the end of our videos and podcast, but if you got any suggestions on this, because I know a lot of you do play fantasy, you do have things that you might want to hear about. Maybe we skipped over somebody. Maybe me butchering all those people were just so painful for you to hear that you'll never listen to another one. I really don't give
You
a
know
shit.
what?
But let me know, because I wanna try to make this helpful for anybody that doesn't know who to put
Yes.
in or anything like that, because that's kind of the goal for you.
Yeah, I agree. If anyone's got suggestions, let's fucking do it. Let's try to help people out. I do pretty well in fantasy every single year. I usually play 2 leagues, 3 this last year and this year, which I'm not doing again next year, which is what I said last year and I ended up doing it anyway, and that's stupid. But I always end up winning usually 1 league every single year. So I do have some pretty good predictions, and I figure things out, and I find some dark horses and some sleepers, and I make some transactions every week and make things work out. But one thing that I think everyone will enjoy, which I know will enjoy, is I kind of think we should just keep shitting on people too. Like, we shouldn't just talk about like the good players. I think we should shit on people because that's fun, and I think people like to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still in agreement that I don't think Kyler Murray's gonna make it, bro. Y'all drafted that fucking kid first overall pick. that weren't the one.
No, I'm sticking with them.
That's you
Ride
better
or die, baby. Ride or die,
That's
baby.
what y'all do. You die a lot. That's why it's like constant fucking reincarnation out here.
We literally bleed red, you know. So.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood, so you better watch out for that.
I'm all in on Kyler. Fuck Joe Flacco though. That guy sucked last night.
Did you hear about Arizona's new sponsor?
Perfect hydration.
No, it's
9.5 pH water.
It's Afterbite. It's to help take away the stinging. Yeah.
What do you mean help take away the sting? That kid had a fucking great comeback in the second half, mostly the fourth quarter.
Fucking do it the whole game, bro. Why you and you had you had the whole overtime to finish it.
They got to get synced up. They got to get synced up. We got a lot of rookies.
Man.
We got people that haven't played together. Everyone needs to get synced up. They started figuring it out and they started getting shit together. And we came back and fucking Tyler Murray'd it. So I'm okay with it. You know, it's like what is it, like kissing your sister? I don't give a shit. It's a tie. It's better than a loss. Maybe. I would have rather had like
maybe
it's better than a blowout.
Where's
it showed
this
us
offense that we were all hearing that got this special offense nobody's ever seen before. We got this new thing. I didn't see nothing new.
Yeah, what are you talking about? This isn't a fucking typical.
I mean,
Cardinals
I saw a
offense.
5'10" dude trying to throw up over a bunch of men.
Yeah,
it didn't work so well most of the game.
Let this little child flower bloom a little bit. Give him a minute. Give the guy a fucking minute.
What do you think he weighs? Like 200, 180, somewhere in there, right?
Yeah,
he's about 5'10",
right.
so he's my size.
Basically,
another 20
I could
pounds.
Basically, I could big brother him.
That's what I'm saying. He's my size with an extra 20 pounds. Fuck that, bro. I'm not trying to get hit by some of those fucking linemen.
Yeah, but see, he's got balls. That's why his balls.
Well, no, he's got
his
a
balls
paycheck
are 10
that comes
times the
in.
size of yours.
I might say that I won't take that hit till someone strokes the check, and I'm like, all right, bro,
guess.
line him up, let him hit me. That's all good. You gonna give me pads? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get a concussion, so I won't remember. Okay.
Perfect.
Let me get that.
I've been knocked out before. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's always
Wake up
fun
like,
when you
where'd
wake
that
up.
motherfucker go?
Bro, that's the best sleep I had in a month.
Yeah, me especially.
Well, the name, it's out to lunch for right now. We're not sure what we're going to do with this. You know, today we're going to call it Fairweather Fantasy, but
I just got a text from one of the commissioners of one of the leagues. Week 1 in the books. Congrats Dakota and Amy on their team's performances. Dakota put up a blazing 229.1 points to edge out the 228 from El Jefe, which
he saved this just to read it on the podcast.
No, literally.
I can see the timestamp on the text.
It says now. It says now right there.
It says 8:45 a.m.
And yeah, so motherfucking $25 right there, baby.
I got closest game this week, and again, it came down to what side of the field was he going to throw the football to?
Baker Mayfield.
That killed me because there was 2 players that I could have put in that would have put me over the top.
I could have told you he
Brady,
was going to kill you.
I apologize to all you New England fans. I deserved that. I totally deserved it. I earned that. I earned that loss, but now we're gonna go through the rest of the season and we're gonna
calls himself a Patriots fan. Starts Baker Mayfield over Tom.
You know
Brady.
what I did?
What a douchebag!
I listened to outside people. It was my first time doing this. I didn't even understand how scoring was until it started because that's how much I just don't care. I didn't even read it.
Stupid.
I was like, I pretty much made somebody else pick most of my stuff for me. So
he's
in this room.
You and probably Randy make dumb decisions. Okay.
Well, I did it because I'd have somebody to blame when this is all said and done. I was pretty smart, but God damn it, Randy, what the fuck? Why'd you pick this person?
We'll go. Hey, when we get
Unless
done,
I win, then it was all me, baby.
When we get done here, we're gonna go through your team, and I'll help you make some picks so you can blame it on me this week when you fucking win.
No, I got this. I already sent my roster. I'm good to go.
All right. Well,
I'm on top of it now. I sat there. I'll tell you another thing. My phone never dies, right? It never dies. It's always fully charged. Yeah. I've been experiencing some dead phone the last few football days. That thing must drain the battery a little bit more than an extra app or something.
That's what happens when your screen's on. You're sitting there reading a lot.
Fuck, man, that thing's killing me. And now I will say, and I should have listened to everybody way before, it totally makes watching football way more exciting.
Oh yeah,
because
you have to pay
never
attention.
Watch any of the game, like all the other games. I put them on, doing shit, bro. I was glued. Glued. I'm like over here. Should I get the ticket? I don't need the ticket this week.
You're like, I got Juju. Oh well, I guess that was the same game you're gonna watch anyway.
I was gonna watch that game.
Yeah,
that was really the
anyway.
game of the week, by the way. Let's not let them.
That was not the game of the week. That Saints game, that Saints Houston game last night was a barn burner.
That
was a fucking awesome game, dude. We had a lot of really fucking good games this week.
Yeah.
What you had the damn it, there was some really close ones, and I can't remember. Having a brain fart. But there was like 3 really close games.
Like
We had the tie,
Celtics and the Bulls.
the tie game. Yeah, the Celtics and the Bulls. Golden State, I think they pulled out like a 3 right at the end.
Golden State and the Red Sox had a great game.
Yeah.
About 4 field goals and a couple
Dynasties.
hockey goals. So, hey, guys, thank you very much for watching again. Shoot us an email, comment on it. Send me a text if you have the phone number. Share it. Do all that stuff. But thanks for watching. We're going to keep pumping these out. We might even turn it up to 2 a week. So, again, thank you for watching Keegs and Kota. This has been Fairweather Fantasy with Keegs and Kota.